I was excited to talk to you about this one because I know you are a massive Bobby's Knuckles fan.
Love Bobby Knuckles. Favourite fighter.
I knew this. What did you think of his performance yesterday?
Oh, he looked class. I would have, obviously, it's not really up to me. I would have loved to have seen 2 more rounds of that. Just him keep peppering Vettori. I think he just looked like vintage Rob Whittaker. It's hard for him in terms of what's next, but like to do that to Vettori, I think it's very impressive. I don't know anyone else's. I think it was more impressive, this might be a hot take, than Izzy's wins over Vettori.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Because the thing is as well, is like that is the classic line, styles make fights, right? Izzy is probably the best defensive striker we've ever seen. Defensive striker. Yeah. And Rob speaks about this a lot, right? And Rob's very good on the front foot. And he's good defensive striker as well, but he's good on the front foot, which sort of plays into Izzy's hands. He's very defensive, he can keep very safe, and it's not going to look very appealing. But I think when you watch Rob fight, when you watch him fight Kelvin Gastelum, when you watched him fight Vettori last night, the only thing that it didn't show me anything. I knew Rob was that good. Like, I knew Rob was levels, you know. It just showed me, oh my goodness, Adesanya is so much better than we can even comprehend as fans. Until you're in there standing opposite him, seeing everything he's doing, what he's luring you into, what he's setting you up with, you can't quite understand how good he is. And that's what that sort of showed me yesterday with Rob. I think that's the closest I've ever seen Marvin Vettori to getting finished. He stung him, right?
Yeah, usually he's even at the Izzy fight, he was like, I won that fight. He knew. Yeah, he got stung. He nearly ran him onto a couple of head kicks, smashing the body up. Just impressive from Rob.
I do think
it's crazy actually that Izzy's beat both of them twice, by the way, in the
UFC.
UFC.
In the last 5 years, Marvin Vettori hasn't lost to anyone not called Adesanya, and for Rob Whittaker, that's the last 8 years. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Which is kind of insanity, right? And then just to chuck another one out there for you, Rob Whittaker has beat. So this is the thing I was just going to come on to, right? Everyone talks about Colby being the best number one, right? I don't know why Max Holloway gets left out of the conversation, but they say Colby's the best number one. I don't think Colby has actually beat any ranked opponents. Masvidal, but I don't even know if he's in the rankings at this point. I mean, whether he should be or not, I don't know. But anyway, Rob Whittaker has beat 4 of the top 5. No one else has done that.
Yeah. Rob's running through it.
And it sort of shows you, right, is you have the middleweight division and then you've got Bobby Knuckles because, like you said, that was class. And if that was a 5-rounder, I think that could be the first time that we saw Vettori getting finished because he had no answers. He had no answers for him. The thing about Vettori, right, and let me know what you think about this. I think he's well-rounded. I think he's got good skills.
100%.
But like the classic line, there's levels to this. I don't think he quite realises the levels that there is in striking. He's got nice fundamentals, nice 1-2s. We see him land good shots. But against Paulo Costa, right, I think it was quite a favourable matchup. He sort of plants his feet, comes forward, and he's a very aggressive. Not got great footwork. It's not going to start cutting you off against the cage and corralling you up. But Vettori's not got that ability. So when he comes up against someone like Whittaker, Whittaker's footwork's just some of the best, right?
In and out.
And he's just doing things that he doesn't even know can happen until we see it in front of him. And he's like, why can't I land a jab on this geezer?
Yeah. Then you're in a fight that you thought was going to be a lot easier than it is, and then Bobby's just bouncing in and out and hitting you with right hands, and a right shin's flying behind it. You're like, oh.
Went for one of them at the weigh-ins.
I don't like that. I think that was just a little bit of mind games because I think Rob does well when he's good mates with his opponent. And I think he was like just trying to get in his head a bit, but it's Bobby Knuckles. He's not scared.
That's a good point, to be fair, because obviously when he was a little bit sort of like that with Izzy the first time, that's a good point. Didn't really see it like that. So if you're setting up that next fight, Marvin Vettori, where are you going with that one? Because we know he's not there, but he's also not there. You know.
I was going to say Strickland, but they're actually mates, aren't they? Him and Strickland. Are they mates?
I think they've trained together.
Would they fight?
Yeah.
He said they'd fight. He said they'd fight. Maybe I think
they'd fight.
But I think he said they'd only fight for a belt.
That is not happening.
I don't know. Maybe I'm pulling that.
No, I think you could be right. To be fair, let's call. To be fair, Strickland's got like a thumb surgery that he's going through. He's got like an infection.
Yeah. Who's he matched against? Cannonier.
So I think that naturally probably tees up Vettori Cannonier, right?
Yeah, I'll watch that. Thing is, it's a guy coming off a lot. Well, they're both coming off losses, I suppose. But Cannonier was meant to be fighting. Was that next weekend?
I think so.
When was the Strickland fight?
Yeah, I think it is meant for next week.
Yeah.
Could be making it. There's too many fights. I can't keep up. That's what I was saying yesterday.
Yeah. It's a good time to be an MMA
Someone
fan.
was asking me about fight. I was like, mate, they get announced every second. It's hard to stay on top of.
I just tune in every weekend, and I'm pleasantly surprised.
But what do you do with Whittaker? This is the awkward thing now.
Yeah, Bobby Knuckles. Has he fought Costa? He hasn't, has he?
No, he's the only one he hasn't fought.
I know it doesn't in terms of division probably make that much sense, but I would really like to see that fight. I really would like that fight. Costa coming off a nice win, a good win, very good win against Rockhold. Maybe in the future, but Rob didn't take too much damage in this fight. Costa did. But I'd really like to see that fight. I don't know where that leaves the division, but I think that's the one guy. And I think Rob would probably be happy to, You just take that fight and then he's there, and you don't know how the Piera Adesanya match is going to play out. It gives it time to play out a little bit, and it might be a whole new landscape, and he might beat him, then it opens up a whole new thing. So that's what I would do personally.
Yeah,
what do you think?
No, I think that just sort of.
Names.
I think the middleweight division's a little bit messy, and until we get that title picture, we're not going to get a clear idea there. So I think it is. I think that is a good matchup. I think he does the same thing, by the way. I think. Yeah, 100%. The exact same thing. I think it looks.
That's why I'm calling for that.
I don't think it looks any different to the Costa Izzy fight, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, I don't think it looks any different.